Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast for today, Tuesday, February 9th, 2016. I'm Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Now for the news in detail. The Nevis Island administration is looking at education overhaul to insist the people of Nevis get the best education, so noted Premier the Honorable Vance Amory when he received a courtesy visit on Friday, February 5th from Her Excellency Laura Grismer. Her Excellency Grismer is the Deputy Chief of Mission at the Embassy of the United States of America to Barbados, the Eastern Caribbean, and the OECS.
For our part, the government is keen on training its people to college level, university level, where we have some priority areas like English, mathematics, science, health sciences. We're looking at technical subject areas, and these are the areas which we see as our priority. But I think there will be other areas which you can help us with.
Her Excellency Grismer spoke to the significance of appointing Anastasia Paris of the Nevis Public Library as an Education USA advisor, as Premier Amory noted that it is important for prospective students to have that link to U.S. universities.
In the Education USA advisor is really important because it's someone who knows about the education system in the United States and who can talk with students and help them find the best fit for a university that could offer a scholarship or financial assistance and make it possible to get the tertiary education that will be critical to their success and the ongoing development of the island. And we hope that Ms. Paris will be that linchpin for your students here in providing information that they may not know exists and talking about universities they might not have considered, but that would be the best fit for what they want to do. We will be continuing our focus at the Embassy on education and working with the governments in the Caribbean region and specifically here on education.
Her Excellency Grismer and Premier Amory also discussed the United States cooperation with the Federation in the areas of security, climate change adaptation, and energy. The Nevis Division of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force remains committed to working with the community to make the island a safer and better place. Those were remarks made by Divisional Commander Superintendent Hilroy Brandy as he gave an overview of the Nevis Division for the year 2015 during Saturday's Constables Awards ceremony. Superintendent Brandy noted that at the start of 2015, the Strategic Planning Group rolled out a 2-year plan of action under the theme Fostering Community Relationships to Ensure Crime Reduction. The aim, he said, was to reduce crime by 12% and minimize the fear of crime.
During 2015, we presented several initiatives, including community town hall meeting, which were held in the following areas: Bath Village, Newcastle, Rollins, Jessops, Cotton Ground, village walkthrough, meet and greet the community, house-to-house visit. Attachment of officers attended worship regularly with the communities. Media awareness include radio programs, Crime Stoppers, and Crime Tips. Several strategic operations such as Countdown, Rescue, Dawn, Take Back, Clean Up, to name a few. There were daily vehicle checkpoints in all police districts. We continue our school liaison program with an officer assigned to each school throughout the island. The purpose is to work with the principal and staff to identify early incidents of bullying and truancy.
Superintendent Brandy said his division anticipated that its task would have been challenging, having seen a 20% reduction in reported crime in 2014. He said, however, that the division remained focused to ensure its goals were achieved.
We successfully policed all the school athletic meets, the inter-primary, which is dubbed Mini Olympics, Nevis Blues Festival, Nevis Round the Island Road Relay, Windfest, Culture Armor 41, all which were incident-free. To my fellow officers, I implore you to be more visible and accessible in discharging your duties, remembering that you are accountable to our stakeholders. Let us all focus on the new 4-year strategic plan, 2016-2019, of the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force, which demonstrate a new level of thinking and an understanding that it will not be business as usual anymore. Commitment, responsibility, and accountability will be built into the whole process of performance and quality service delivery.
The divisional commander also thanked those who partnered with the police during 2015.
I wish to express my sincere appreciation to the continued support and encouragement received from the Nevis Island Administration, the federal government, for their contribution of resources, training, equipment during the period under review.
Superintendent Hilroy Brandy. A bus driver in the Gingerland community has made good on his promise to make a generous donation to the cancer support organization Pink Lily Cancer Care. Here's more.
Sheldon's original idea was to donate a portion of a day's earnings through Freddie's bus service to Pink Lily. But last week he announced that for the entire week of February 1st, he would calculate 20% of a week's earnings, double it, and make the donation.
I started this gesture when I painted the calipers and the wheel drums on my bus pink. So I thought about it and I said, let me do something positive. So here I am donating $500 to Pink Lily. I hope this would go a long way. So
thank you.
From Freddie's Bus Services, I want to present this kind donation to you. Thank you for what you have been doing.
David presented the donation yesterday, one day ahead of the 8th anniversary of the launch of Pink Lily Cancer Care and 4 days after the February 4th observance of World Cancer Day, a global event to unite the world's population against cancer.
I'm so grateful for this donation. This is going to go a long way because what Pink Lily's been doing, it's our birthday tomorrow, so we're 8 years old, and what we've been doing is raising awareness of all cancers that affect men, women and children, and we support those touched by cancer. And I've known you a long, long time, and it's lovely to see that you recognise what we're doing. And you know, cancer could touch any of us, any of our families. It may not have touched your family yet, and God willing, it will never touch your family. But you're extending this to help others, and I really, really appreciate that. And this will help people in St. Kitts and Nevis and eventually the wider Caribbean. So thank you very much.
Founder of Pink Lily Cancer Care, Lee Paris, Cambridge. I'm Fredicia Library reporting for the Nevis Newscast.
Still to come.
I'm the student who read the most books for the readathon. She read 44 books just for that month. And so we thought it was an amazing activity.
The details after this break.
Welcome to Nevis.
It's easy to believe that all Caribbean islands are the same until you visit Nevis.
Nevis is the Caribbean of a bygone era.
You will enjoy a most intimate vacation on Nevis. You're only a stranger here once.
We offer exclusive and barefoot luxury stays.
With only 400 hotel rooms, our island may be exclusive.
But the warm, genuine and friendly welcome is just everywhere.
We look forward to meeting you.
Visit nevisisland.com.
Gala WhatsApp and I send text. Me see the SMS. Me a fish show.
Send me a pic of yourself. One of you know where.
I have too much self-respect to send you a pic of you know where.
If you really love me, you will do it.
If you really love me, you wouldn't ask.
You matter to your family, to your friends, to your community, to you. Remember, you matter.
This message was brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, and the Nevis Health Promotion Unit.
Hey, You know it's your groovy so come on king, your boy Speedy, and I'm here with the Inland Revenue Department, and I love my side dish. And guess what? I also love Nevis too. And as a responsible taxpayer, your tax dollars help to build our nation. So I'm here to tell you, pay your taxes on time and be a responsible citizen. And don't get me wrong, it's a serious song. I pay my taxes. Boom!
Welcome back. Reports produced about the Zika virus by the foreign media are taking a major toll on tourism economies across the region. That is according to Chief Medical Officer Dr. Patrick Martin, who says while the effect on newborns is tragic, the media is not reporting on the likelihood of its occurrence. The Chief Medical Officer says the international media are not reporting that it is a minority of pregnancies that are being affected. The latest numbers out of Brazil suggest less than 1%, actually 0.4% of pregnancies are having this outcome. Dr. Martin says the other effect it is having is that there have been massive visitor cancellations, not only in St. Kitts and Nevis but throughout the Caribbean, adding that the U.S. Center for Disease Control issued a travel advisory warning pregnant women and women contemplating pregnancy, and somehow that has morphed into nobody should travel to the Caribbean. This is something that we have to address with our U.S. counterparts, he says. According to Dr. Martin, health officials are still working to confirm whether small heads and babies are in fact linked to the Zika virus transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Students from 4 of the island's schools have been awarded for their participation in the first edition of the Nevis Reads Readathon. In October of last year, school librarians on Nevis hosted the Readathon as one of the activities for School Libraries Month. Students were encouraged to read books to get persons in the community to give donations to their schools for each book read. According to Coordinator of School Libraries, Londa Brown, 4 schools participated: the St. Thomas's, Joycelyn Liburd, Elizabeth Pemberton, and St. James Primary Schools.
So we had various prizes that were given to the children as an encouragement and as a motivation for them to continue reading. We awarded prizes for the most books read in the schools. And so we had Tinika Jeffers of St. Thomas's Primary, who read the most books in her school. Louise Stanley of Elizabeth Pemberton Primary, who read the most books in her school. We had Naeem Webster of St. James Primary, and he read the most books in his school. And then we had Joseph Clark of Joycelyn Liburd Primary, and he read the most books in his school. And then overall, we had a special prize for Tinika Jeffers, who read the most books for all the students who participated in the Readathon.
Jeffers received a tablet and a certificate of participation for reading the 44 books. Rihanna Powell of the St. Thomas's Primary and Aminika Chapman of the Joycelyn Liburd Primary School were the 2 youngest readers at 5 years old. Prizes were also awarded to the most improved readers.
And that award was given to students who the librarian or the teacher felt that for the readathon, they showed an improvement in their reading, whether it is that they weren't accustomed to reading and they started to do so, or they started to read more books for that period, and those students were awarded as well. And we had the Kimber Prentice of St. Thomas's Primary and Ronika Huggins of St. James Primary.
There was also a prize awarded to the student who raised the most funds for his school.
We had a special student at Joycelyn Liburd Primary, Kenayo Challenger, and he, for his reading, he collected some $200+ for his school, and so the school thought that that was worthy of note, and so we made special recognition for Kenayo.
Brown says the main objective of the Nevis Reads Readathon was to encourage children to read and to keep them interested in reading. And that brings us to the end of tonight's presentation of the Nevis Newscast. I'm Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing. Good night.